Welcome again. Champion Dave from cheapwinefinder.com with another wine review podcast like we always do and always have been doing, and some things never change. And today we've got a one that I was kind of happy to see because I figured out I like wines from this area, and it's a Trader Joe's $9.99 wine. It's the Trader Joe's Reserve Santa Barbara County Chardonnay 2021. About a year ago, we did the Petite Reserve Santa Barbara County 2020, different producer, and it was good. I think that was $8. This is $10. So I figured, okay, a couple more bucks should be a couple more dollars of wine. And, I think the price doesn't matter half the time, but it's a good one. I liked it to get it. These wines, and I figured out that I like Santa Barbara wines. I like the Pinot Noir. I like their Syrahs. I like their Chardonnays. And I'll tell you, Santa Barbara is about 100 miles north of Los Angeles. If you are going into the wine country and you live in Los Angeles, you drive up to Santa Barbara. It's 100 miles away, but it might, with the traffic there, it might take longer to get there. And if you live around San Francisco, Oakland, that type of thing, and you're going into wine country, you're going up in Sonoma, Napa, or down into Monterey Bay. But it's been a good place for wine, and it's where Southern California is warm. There's a little bit, it's not quite a peninsula, but there's like a little triangular shape that juts out into Pacific Ocean. And the Pacific Ocean's cool. One thing about the Pacific Ocean is the current runs from the Arctic down the coast, which is why the entire coast of California, even in Canada and even Baja California, all have wine. And so everything is cool. One of the reasons why you don't have that much wine on the East Coast is because the current runs the other way on that side, and it comes from the equator on up. And while it is cooling, it is, the ocean does cool things off. It doesn't do the same thing that the Pacific Ocean does on the California side. Plus, there's mountains along the coast in California, which you don't really get so much in the East Coast, and the mountains either keep the cold air in and funnels of valleys, or lets holes go through where it can cool the interior. There's just geography is a wonderful thing. I'm going to take a sip of this with Chardonnay, and we'll talk about it. There are no tasting notes. Usually in the back of the label, it'll tell you something, and this one doesn't say anything. It is made by the same people who made the Cotillion Pinot Noirs for Trader Joe's, which are really that's the ones with the animals in a courtroom. At least they wear human clothes and have animal faces. It's that Pinot Noir. It's a $9 Pinot Noir. It's been a favorite for a long time. It's one of Trader Joe's perennial really good wines. It's a really good Pinot Noir. And I have the links to what the company is. They don't put their name on anything, so I won't say what it is, but you can find it. And they are the largest independent growers of coastal vineyards. They have 60 vineyards and 18,000 acres, so they're legitimate, and they do have enough grapes to come up with a wine for Trader Joe's. And if you try to compare a Trader Joe's wine to a store brand or retail brand, a $10 wine is kind of on par with a $15 wine, and you can get a pretty good $15 Chardonnay nowadays. You can get a pretty good $10, $12 Chardonnays. But these wines tend to, and that's not it's not a one-on-one, take it to the bank constant, but it is something you can, as a rule of thumb. And this is a really nice Chardonnay. It's got one thing about these affordable Santa Barbara County, and there's 3 or 4 sub-AVAs in Santa Barbara, and they all have different characteristics, and some are valleys, some are hills, and that type of thing. And this is just general, so they pick the grapes out of a couple of them, which is a good thing, because if you can get you get valley fruit with hillside fruit, they have different things going into the wine, and it'll bring extra flavors to the wine. So that's always good. Like having a single vineyard isn't always the best thing. I mean, it is if that vineyard's killer and that section's killer, but if you're just having an affordable wine, having them put a couple different tastes in there is always well worth it. And the fruit is really good fruit. It's really ripe, fresh fruit. It's easy to figure it out. Like you're not confused by what you're tasting. What is this? And there's lemons and apples and peaches and pears. Oh my! And there's some spice, and there's some, there's some maybe pineapple, dried pineapple more than fresh pineapple. A little vanilla maybe. Yeah, and it's got enough acidity and it's got enough backbone to it that these things just move right along. They never get flabby or like sometimes like if you don't have enough acidity or structure in a wine, you're drinking fruit juice. Here you don't. You have the acidity lets the flavors unfold, and then it sets your palate up for the next sip. And if it tastes good, the next sip is something that you're always looking forward to it. So that's it for me, Champion Dave from CheapWineFinder.com. This is the Trader Joe's Reserve Santa Barbara County Chardonnay 2021. I've found out that I like Santa Barbara County wines, and you'll probably see a few more in here in the next few months and years or whatever. So that's it for me. Keep it cheap, like us, we like podcasts. The website has those buttons, and we've got a couple more coming, a couple of red wines coming up, and I'll be talking to everybody. Adios, bye-bye.